Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second session of this drawing. And as I have indicated earlier in my first part, that we were going to do a freehand drawing, the final stages of this drawing. And then the way that I do this is essentially have another device with the reference image in front of me, and then I'm going to try and replicate that and draw that on my phone, basically freehand drawing. And and I think this is where it becomes impressive. And most people who want to see freehand drawing are essentially observers, not practitioners of art, because drawing and learning the skill is a completely different to just observing someone painting or drawing. But nevertheless, this will be a good experience for you to understand how the skills that I've shown you earlier through the trace method of Paintology app will really ground you in the skills of this drawing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is uh, if you because the sad thing is I'm not able to show you the reference image. You'll have to refer to it. So you're basically just watching this from the point of view of that you have a reference image, you have the same setup as me, you have the reference image opened in another device while I do the drawing. So you're going to now turn to your own inherent skills in order to turn this block coloring image, which I have got up to in the first session, and you can start drawing using that or use the one you already have. So in case you may have missed it, I'm just going to go back to that. So I'm going to show you what I have. So if you refresh this page, you'll notice that I have a reference image with block coloring here, okay? So you have the same image to start off with as I do. So download that, and then we can get on with the drawing, yeah, together. Okay, so the first thing is very easy. I'm going to just turn, if you've been following me, you'll know that I will now go to the shade brush, and I will have let's set a percentage, 8%, or 6, 7, and then I'm simply going to shade, pick the color that I want to use, like this one, and then I'm just simply going to shade, use it and shade this out. So pick the color. I think it's a good size brush. Maybe I'll take it down a bit, just simply. Okay. Pick that adjacent color. So notice I'm sort of diffusing this right there. Notice how these trees are now becoming more diffused, yeah? That's all we want to do, create that. It doesn't have to be exactly, I'm not paying attention so much to the reference image. I'm just basically just shading it here. And then I might pick the thing color, the lighter color, and just shade that in there, okay? And remember, there's not a harsh line there. So I'm going to show you how to blend that in. So notice I'm not using any special blending tool or anything else. If you've come looking for tools to help you draw, you're probably at the very early beginning stages, or you may think you're a master of the tools, but not necessarily the techniques. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the techniques, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I can use the smaller brush, kept the hardness 100%, and then let me try and pick the light color, this light color, and then go along the edge just to diffuse that, okay? All right. I've actually made a few drawings like this, just to take the harshness away out of the edges. Okay. So it looks like the tree is set in the background. Okay, and then we can take the black on the same side, the darker color, and diffuse that, right? It's easy. There. Right. So none of that sharp, distinct edge, and I can take that even a bit lighter. It's sort of bluish. Then, yep, there. Right. Now we can do the same thing. On the rest of the areas which are easier, take the black and just diffuse it, okay? Right there. And take this color here, diffuse that. I think 9% is alright. You can play with the settings. There. That black needs to be sort of... Notice I'm following a longitudinal strokes, meaning I'm going up and down. I'm not going sideways. So giving the impression that there are tree lines, you know, the trunks of the tree, right? There. There. That gives the impression there are basically there. Okay. There. Alright, and then we can pick this and just go along here. Right there. Notice how it gets diffused right at the background. Right there. Compared to before, it's a lot better, isn't it? And then I can see some a bit of a whiter. If you look at the reference image, you'll see there's like a leaves in it. Oh, just put some of the green there, who cares, right? And notice there's a little bit of that white. It's sort of really bright, just giving the illusion. Then notice that green is also just floating around in the background. Use a circular drawing strokes to diffuse that out. Okay, there. See how wonderful that is? Just play with it. I think I need to go expand it a little bit more. Look at the shade. That setting is strange. Right there. So wonderful, it just goes like that there. And then you could use that color darker. Just give that illusion of trees. Right in the background. Now we can diffuse out these parts. So I'm going to take it down a notch. Pick these and then just diffuse it out. So that's all I'm doing. See how wonderfully that works. Right? Try and do that with blending tools. You'd be forever accessing your blending brush. That's the whole idea, is that you need to have full control over your drawing. If you know what you're doing, you can learn these techniques, yeah? Look at that, how it's set back. It immediately pops out. That's what I've noticed when I was doing the background, diffusing the background like this. And then, of course, the green goes encroaches. It's not like it's there's a woodsman who goes around trimming, right? Just doesn't happen. It's all random. Okay, it's all random. That's what we want to do. Make it random looking. Right, that it's grown in the wild. Okay, let's capture the bit of the white there. Look at that, glorious. And the green here. There. Then we have green. It's almost like it's a patch of land that you can enter, isn't it? Look. See what you can do. You can do a lot here. So it's not like it's a hedged thing. You know, create some elements of randomness. Yeah. Okay. Now, so you have fun with this. You're going to have a lot of fun. That's what the Bob Ross once said in his drawing. No, you don't have fun. What's the point, right? Look at how grayed out this is. So I'm going to go back and really work on that trunk here so it doesn't look grayed out. There. Right there. See how now the bear is like almost like popping out like anything. And these are the we could take a smaller brush and then really make out that these are like flowers, you know, the lovely petals of white color. Then we can bring the color around. You know, it's entirely up to us. You can say these are like petals of flowers that are like popping up with long, you know, like the original. Right. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this color. Not too happy with this. This one is, take that down. There. That's it. That's a bit too big. Ooh, I've taken that quite big. Pick the grey tone. There, the darker tone. Just diffusing it. Just use your imagination. This almost feels like this is coming closer to that bear. You know, it's probably the tree where the bear scratches itself. Who knows? You know how the bears love scratching their backs. They rub against a tree. So careful where you are now. And keep that density up a little bit because I'm doing the poppy. I think it's the poppy fields, isn't it? It's like the poppy field. They call it the poppy fields. Right there. Just add inkling notion. Look at this range of beautiful, lovely white row of poppies here. I'm going to try and capture that. And that same illusion. Right. So we have some green here. just taking away the harsh edges, and then we can really lower it, and then add this green here. You can see this green. I'm thinking I'm gonna try and get a different green that is with the smaller brush, giving the illusion of the green fields, you know. And there's a white. So that's where your palette comes into being. See that? I just selected that palette. You know, it's all about creating effects. It's not about picking a tool to create the effects. It's really about that. You can see how it gives detail. Yeah, you almost feel like it's giving detail, but it's a bit too small. So I'm gonna try and get that green and just wash it out a little bit more. What the? Going with illusion. Now you've got some lovely poppies all the way around there. They're a little bit harsh or dense where the line of the bear is. You see now the bear has now come forward so quick. We've set all that drawing back. So I'm just going to continue marking down. And then we'll go through the poppies at the end. The real white poppies there. Just mark down the green. You know, give it the first layer of shade. There's a green there. This work seems to be working well. This one, and then we have to fix this around the leg, and then the green goes all the way here. So just giving the illusion of some green. I can see that even the poppy goes right up on the back of the bear. But in the meantime, we just use that green we've got and just go over it. It seems to do well. Okay, and then we can have a lighter green just about here. So this is where your knowledge of having practiced comes into play. Yeah, and add where some more light green and take that down. Just like operating in a, that's on the light green and that, give the illusion of grass, you know. Anyway. Well, we're almost there, right? You can almost feel we're there. And then take from the color palette, take the darker green and just go over it again. Little areas, not all over, but then you see I left out the poppies. And then I'm gonna take, that's the bear color. The gray is the bear color, so I'm gonna move this out the way. I don't need it here. So I'm gonna go to the white. So I can pick this white there already. And if we've got 3.6%, it's actually what we're going to do with the smaller is try and get these poppies there in the line of sight of the bear, the same plane. That makes sense. Then make them look a little bit less diffuse than some of the others. And the reason for doing that is because the bear is in sharp focus. I take this for example, it's really in, and then he's got a little, I don't know if we want to do that, put that little, just continuously working on this, yeah? Then get some of that green, and then here, we're just experimenting, yeah? Trying to see, I've got a purpose in mind, and that purpose is to replicate as much as possible what I see here. So this is not quite blue, and what it is sort of this color, but it's in the blue region, so I'm going to use that color. Pick them, pop out. It's 406%. I'm going to increase that to 6, right? Now this coming and shaping up, you see how these poppies are now. These poppies are all over the defocused. They're very defocused, and that's what we're trying to get them as. Right? That's defocused. These poppies. Can you see how it's coming alive almost? Yeah. You compare the image. So it's all about experimenting. That's actually green. So I can pick a light green here. Yeah. Just give more substance to this, and then take out the sharp edges because they're diffused, right? And then we can use the little bit of the white to really make some of them stand out and give it more dimension to it, right? It's not the same color, but giving some more white dimension to it. Even the ones I've already done. Right, look at that. It almost feels like it's a focused plantation. And we can take that down. Poppies, right? You can almost see where I'm trying to get to, right? And I haven't even started on the bear. What are we doing for time? We're doing very well for time. Right there. In fact, we don't have to worry about that. So we got this tone here. Let's get a light tone for this here. And okay, it looks like it's the bear is almost sitting on a plane on the defocused area, and we've got the forest at the back, the woody area. It's lovely woody area. And then from what I can see, I could increase that and then put some more areas in there. Right? Why not? Right there. Right, just like that. And then some of the green parts I can see is coming here. Look at that. Beautiful. Right? Doesn't even look like right there even some green. Right, giving the impression of green. Look at that. Beautiful. Look how detail you can add. So much control. So now what we're going to do is now tackle the bear. So as I've told you, I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to open it. Open it again. And ready to work on this bear. So how are we going to do this bear? Well, this is where you need to think before. If you are a beginner and only have a few selection of tools, you almost feel that those tools are sufficient to get to where you are. But remember, your scope of thinking is limited because you haven't developed the experiences I have by doing block coloring and doing many drawings by looking at the reference image through trace and picking out tones, really tuning my mind to the different type of tones. Therefore, I can pick the colors easily from the color palette. Yeah, and I can get pretty close to it. I don't have to get absolutely accurate, but I can get pretty close to it. So now what we're going to do is do the bear, right? That's all we have to do. We've done the front, and then we can tidy it up afterwards to see how it looks. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm thinking I can either work it with the shade brush or I can work with the line brush. So let's see what happens with the shade brush just for now. I'm going to do the first set of furs, which are this color. This is the color that's going here. Now if I can see the effect that I want coming out, it's not really happening because it's too, how can I put it? It's too, like, you need to really develop those strokes quite a bit before you get the effect. But with the line brush, switching back to the line brush, I'm going to show you how the density plays a crucial part in making this bear look the way it should look. Yeah. So I'm going to go and I'm going to zoom in. Now before I do that, I'm going to zoom in on the portion of the leg. So I've got this leg here, right? And no, actually, no, it doesn't make sense. Sorry about that. I want to actually zoom in on the head. I want to get the head right. Okay. So I've zoomed in here. And you should also, when you look at the reference image, zoom into the head, right? And now the idea is to do pencil-like strokes, which is, this is like, think of the line as a pencil, but it's much more powerful than a typical pencil that you'll find. If you have the density setting at the 100%, right, that means this is this color, that whatever color you choose, it will come, it will be exactly that color no matter how many times you go over it. But if you select 50% or 40%, you'll find that you use a number of strokes to get to that color. Okay, it's the same thing as brush strokes. You apply the brush strokes and continue to build up the tones, right? This is the key skill of most artists when they use traditional, and the same is true of digital. Okay, so that's the reason why I can pull off some really good, impressive drawings that doesn't look like digital. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the brush. Don't worry too much about the brush. Let's start off with 40%, right? And then we're going to, I'm constantly going to refer to the bear, its head, right? So I've got it zoomed in, and I want you to do the same. Make sure you can see the reference image clearly. So now I'm going to go and pick this color, and I got a 3%. I'm just going to try and mimic what this bears. See what happens. The strokes are giving me more control over where the light tones are. Right? And it's still big brush. My goodness, I've got to take it down again. Right there. See that? So what I've done is I've just basically taken these tones. So see, it works far better than a shade brush. In that sense that I can bring out the details See, I'm bringing out the details. This is the secret to photorealistic drawing. So what I'm showing you is you probably have to pay an online course to do this, but I'm showing it to you for free. See, I'm just now really getting in touch with my full appreciation of tones and really working it and giving the effects, the furry effect of this face, okay? So I'm going to do that really quickly, randomly, and then it's got a different color. I'm trying to pick out the colors that I've already got down instead of trying to guess what those colors are, right? For now, that's what I'm doing. Look at these. I'm following the tone. Look at them, following the tones of this. Needs a smaller brush, my goodness, in order to get the details, and then I think I'm going to take it down to 30. You're probably thinking, oh God, I'm not keeping up with this guy is doing, but trust me, just use whatever brush and get a feel for what's happening. Don't worry about too much. Look, and then just use whatever you think the colors should be. See, on this side, I think it's getting a little darker. Then there's the dark patches here. Right there. Then I'm going to go for this dark patch here. See how I've managed to reach this color using my own method? That means that I'm very close to what the intended color is of the original reference image, yeah? And then you can use the palette here, there, and then do that left. Remember, we didn't have any, this is a shame, we didn't lay down the eyes. So I'm going to have to guess where that is. So, but first, let's clear let's just make this the earlobes. So we have as a good reference, yeah? Take that up in density because it's taking longer to get that dark that I'm looking for. Okay, and then pick a dark. There, and then pick that color. Lovely, luscious white colors. Just going around there. And then a sort of grey color there. Right there. Then a bit of the dark color there. So use any color that is there for you, because the localized colors are actually gives more weight and more effect to the bear. Now let's go and pick this. These are like not that gray here. I'm taking that down here. I can see some tone values here. So luckily I've got these tones that I've already laid down, and I can use it as a good reference for what I'm doing, yeah? So we're going to get rid of this with just doing these simple strokes, so not to worry. And then now I've got a good reference here. So now I'm going to try and position the eyes as close as possible. So I'm going to pick a black. There's a nice black. And now I'm going to pick that brush size and increase the density so I don't have to. I'm just laying down the basic outline of the bear, right? Because we got the outline here, I want to see if the basic there. Right. And then I'm going to put down the other features. This is a good way to make sure this might be too bit low. So here, and then it's got this here, and down here. Then it's got this bit here, a little bit coming here. So let's see if we've got this right here. Let's see. Can you see how this bear is coming into shape here? Yeah. So it's looking quite good. You may not think so, but just wait till I finish this, yeah? Then you can judge, right? Don't be quick to judge, just like I keep telling everyone. Don't be quick to judge. It's the reason why you stop on your tracks and can't get very far. Because you make quick snap decisions. And what happens when you make snap decisions? You stop. You think there's no other course of action to take. This is, see how I'm getting better, so I really need to reduce this size to give the ease to show these strokes. Actually, you know what? I might have made a mistake. I don't know, I feel like the eye should be a little... No, actually I left the eyes, so I'm alright. Yeah, I actually thought that this area was where the eyes were, but it's not. Remember, I distinctly kept clear of the eyes. Okay, so it's very important to remember what you're doing. That's a little too harsh. I'm just going around here, just giving the illusion of, you know, when I talk about illusion, you should already know what I'm talking about. It's basically the exact form of artistic skills that many artists throughout the centuries have used. The illusion of giving the illusion of detail without doing detail. You see what I mean? It will come into play. You'll know more when I talk about it. There. Pick the colors, and then you can go and fix this. So let me show you how to do the forehead. Alright, so easy. Have I got a good density size? Yeah. Let's keep that for now. Just go like that. Just put down the first colors. There. Right there. And then I'm going to pick another lighter color. Look at that. So light. Like this is the hair. This. Right. Just building it up layer by layer. There. And then I got this tone here. Look at this. This furry little tone here. And then let's say that this tone comes up here, right? I think it comes up there. And then I can just keep going there. And then let's do this bit here. See, I'm continuously accessing my tonal values here, the color palette. See, and if I see that sort of matches, then I'm going to use it, but I'm not looking for complete accuracy. And then here, and probably this one. That's what. Yeah, that looks good. To go. This is where I actually typically do photorealistic. drawings the way I do it. So really get in and to understand your tools. The more you understand your tools, believe me, the more you will get better at it. So if I want a variation, a darker variation, I can always do this, isn't it? Of that color. You've got so many choices. You can always come and correct this, right? For now it looks good. Let's look at this. I'll go for a blacker color here. Just so got that. Taking full advantage of the density setting, yeah? Well, let's have a look to see what it looks like. That's pretty good, isn't it? You have to admit, that's a pretty good pair, isn't it? On the face and how what we've done. We've managed to create that. So now we can carry on and just finish the rest of the bear. But I'm going to have to save this. Save, and then I'm going to have to open it up again, as you know. Yeah, okay. My paintings. So for those of you who think that you can't, that I'm not capable of freehand drawing, well, now here's the proof. Because there are a lot of people who like to dismiss the way you draw, probably because they haven't reached the level of skills. You know, this should be a good sign that you should. There are many ways to draw, and you can develop your skills. It's a question of determination, mindset, particular mindset. So now, when you put down a few colors, you can actually get a range of colors that will work for you. Right? I can go really rapidly through this, but I'm just showing you the. So you get better and better as you. And this white, use the white. Okay, so now we're gonna do this. Look at that. Just gonna do this brush. Right. I'm not gonna try and reduce it or anything. Just gonna use this as the outline of the spare, right? Use the colors, bring it out a bit if you have to. Right. Use dark colors to really highlight some of the areas. This is a skill in drawing, and it comes with practice. Right. Doesn't happen overnight, and you don't definitely not tools to help you draw all the time, you know. You need to rely on your technique skill set. Alright, so next that. Let's go all the way around the bear with this white, lovely white there. Because this is what the bear is all about, these furs. You know, he's not well groomed, obviously. So let's just go here. Let's see where we are now. Okay, I think we can work on this area here. Don't worry about the background yet. Just let's get the bear down. We've got the head down, and then let's just get. Now I'm moving the reference image towards the hind legs. Is they call the hind legs or no? So here, I'm just gonna keep applying what I've been doing, getting the tones here, and then just keep. Right, nothing difficult or complicated. And the thing, using the dark color to give the shaggy look, yeah. Right. And that's all you want to do is give it that shaggy look. Pick the colors. This is really good exercise in picking color. I don't expect you to reach this level without having practiced what I showed you. So this is the levels you will reach. Right? Once you get a good handle on the techniques and methods I've shown you. Right, and then just see where all these colors go. These are like white colors. And then just put them down where you think. And there's the hind leg. You can see there's the hind leg there. So get some colors down. Wow, there's like a whiter. It's not really that white. Okay, it looks really white, but it's not. But we can come back to it. At least we'll create the bulk of the shape of that. Look, this is where the leg ends, I think. And here. Yes, there. Right, just creating the form of the bear and just going around. Just making sure I got I'm not too worried about the back. If I don't get this right, then I ain't gonna get anything else right. It's gonna look like a lopsided bear, isn't it? So I gotta get that shape out. And then you got that darker, the dark area. So I'm picking the colors. Right, so I'm gonna get the shape right, okay? And then I can finish the whole bear, right? So it's not there. I'm actually on the right track because that's where I did the what do you call it? The poppies. And pick a different color and just go all the way down. That's it. And then if it seems to be working, then stick to it, right? There. That's a very small brush. And then there's a lighter, very light, but it's not quite light, which is here, which is the back of the bear here. I don't know why I got it brown, but maybe it sticks out more. But then I've got the reference of the poppy here, which I can see. And let's see what that looks like. I think that's the right shape, isn't it? Working very well, actually. So now what we can do is we can go very quickly over the whole bear and really make it stand. Here, let's see. It's very quick. So I'm taking the reference down, and I'm going to build the rest. So I'm going to increase the size right first because I'm doing the body. And I don't know if this is right density. Let's take it down just a tad. And then just follow the strokes of the bear. Don't worry about exactly where it should be. There. And take the color palettes. Just, this is going up now. So when you pick the brush, just use as much as you can. Don't worry about getting the exact match. It's the reason why many people struggle to draw is because they think they have to have the exact tools. Look how I'm creating that shape, right? And I'm not even done yet. The problem is you guys make quick snap decisions if something's not working, and you don't allow yourself to practice. That's the problem. And you don't give yourself a chance to improve. You think you're gonna get it right the very first time. And tools helps you because you don't go outside the constraints of the tools. So it does help you, but then you become dependent on the tools. Do you want to become dependent on the tools? Do you want the carpenter to become dependent on the tools, or him producing wonderful art, crafts, craft, crafts? There, look, I'm creating that effect here. Look at that. Right, so I can see this. Now I can see there's a poppy here. I don't know whether to add it. I might do. And the reason is because then I might not. Okay, there. Look, just just look. He's like a spotted, but you can see where it's coming. Right, it's nothing. And then take that down. Giving the illusion of right there. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? There. It's a very dark color, so you got to be careful. It's just like drawing in the real sense, isn't it? Just like drawing. Right, so now you've got that. You can keep getting the lighter one. It's like the brown bear. That's why it's called the brown bear. Right there. So I'm trying anywhere you see it. That's really a depreciation. I'm not even finished yet. I hope you're following along with me. I don't want to feel I'm the only one that's drawing. Right there. So I'm going to just give me a 5 minutes break and I'll be back. All right. Hello there. Welcome back. I'm sorry for the break, but it can be hard to keep doing something without distraction. So let's see where we are. So I wanted to create the fur. Now you can see I haven't probably, excuse me, I haven't quite got the body right. So I'm going to continue to work on that. So let's take the brush size even down and let's pick some colors and just simply go over and see if we can create the effect just enough to get away with it. All right. I'll increase the density there. That's all we're doing. We're trying to create the illusion of detail, nothing else. And then you look close up. Alright, so this could be a little too harsh, so you look at that color palette and then you pick, if it's too harsh, you want to get the density down. Okay, that's how it works, yeah? It seems to be working to some extent, right? And then there is a little bit darker there, and that's, so let's pick a dark one. And then a bit more darker there. That's all it is. And then we've got this illusion, create the illusion of detail, nothing else. So I'm trying to just do enough to create the sense of detail. Do you see how it's getting better and better? Right, this is the beauty of drawing nature, I tell you. And I think that can go down even more. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do a bit whiter. That comes in here. Now you can see that this looks like a scruffy bear. Probably hasn't had a bath for a couple of months. Unless it goes for salmon picking. It's a bit darker here, so I'm doing exactly that, picking a darker tone, giving the illusion. And I still haven't got that right, of the word. Don't know what that looks like, a tail. Something that there, you can see it captures the light here. And then I can capture this black and just take it up here. See, I'm not accessing any tools, and you think I'm pretty much drawing exactly as I would in the traditional sense. This is why I enjoyed the digital, even though I love traditional. But since I've discovered that you can do a lot more on digital, there it just makes sense. Just makes total sense to do more with. do more with digital, right? Right, let's get that. And let's get this head. Get this head down, you know. I want to get this area that's lacking, isn't it? So let's got a good brush size, I think. And let's pick this color. See what happens. Yeah, we've got this kind of thing going on around its mouth, around its face. And then this thing goes down here. So we've missed a little bit of, and then get this color. Seems to go underneath here. So and then keep building up the tones, okay? But notice that I've got a smaller 24%, so you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's really coming out very like little diffused, which is what I want, because the bear looks like it's just been implanted there, isn't it? That's what I'm going to try and avoid. Right, and then you'll see how easily it's done. Pick the colors and just let it diffuse out. There. Let's have a look. It's looking good, isn't it? Okay, so this is the bear, but the bear looks like it's not part of the whole drawing. So we're going to try and improve that. So let's see if I can. I'm going to save it. Save, and then I'm going to open it up again. But that's because I'm working on a prototype. You don't have to do that. Okay. Okay, so that's what we have here. So what we can do is this. We can actually, it looks like it's got a halo effect around it. So what we're going to do is, we've got the same 24%. I'm going to increase that to 3%. And then we're just going to carry on tidying up the edges here, you know, as part of the background. Increase it. We know what that density is. Right there. See? Right, that's right. Yes, that's working quite nicely. Right, it's working nicely. Just cleaning up, so I'm going to take it down again, because the poppies are the ones I needed to make it a little bit more. This goes the back, and I think I'm all right with that. take that down there. And then let's see if we've cleaned up the edges. See, it's already looking very good, isn't it? Right, so what we need to do now is take a small brush here, and we know 40–50%, we know that this green is going to be, this is not, I took it to about 60. In fact, take it to higher. We're going to take the adjacent color, and just, it's too harsh. Take the adjacent color, and then just take out that halo effect, you know? So you learn by doing, believe me, because now you got, that looks like something still. I think we can take it down here. In fact, I'm going to increase it to 1.6. Take it down. There, that's it. Let's see if that's having an effect. Yes, so do the same thing. Giving the illusion that this bear is part of that forest. And then what have we got there? Let me look at the reference image. I think you'll agree that we're doing quite well on this. So I'm looking at I'm going to look at this poppy area, another poppy that's coming down. These are lovely. It's not. This is where you really understand the brush. And I'm just changing it here. Just giving the illusion, nothing else. I'm not doing anything accurate. Just giving the illusion of detail. Look at that poppy at the back. Right, great. I think it's doing lovely, isn't it? This poppy's come up. But then we pick the brown. Notice I'm taking some of the colors and applying it somewhere else wherever my eyes meets it, okay? So now, let's see what we have. We got some lovely green. We'll take some of that green and make it light some areas, right? Why not? Look at that. It gives the illusion of like grass. I don't know if I like that poppy or not. But then I'm going to do something interesting here. There. Giving the illusion of that this is a poppy. See, I did. Then here I can add some more. Not too much. Maybe dark as well. Right. That looks good, isn't it? There. And then what do we have here? We've got this, and then a density here. Let's take it to 40%. Finish the legs from nowhere, and it's good. There. See? and then a light green. Light green. There, can you see it? There, that's what's actually in the picture. And then in fact it's actually white. Ooh, that's so dense, isn't it? So take it down. Yes, some of it is white. Alright. There, isn't it? Then here. Then really, so you can use the density to control how much opacity this has. So this is beginning to look good. And then we can go over it again. Another good density is go over it again and just freshen up this. Pick the colors that you need. Just work your way through the bear again, giving it more detail. A bit darker. Pick a bit darker color. There, wherever you think it's needed, and follow the strands of this bear, the furriness, right? And then we have this. Because that's looking like a bear that's somehow, and we've managed to somehow assimilate that bear with the poppies. Yeah. Because this is all it is about there's a little bit of the so I'm going to go here. There's quite a bit of this white, which is here, like very reflective. You can see now probably the sun's shining on that, and then more of that white top. All right, getting the full essence of this some of that white. So I've got a nice white which I can tidy over. There, just a tad, not too much, and then take it down in density so it's not too harsh. Harsh meaning it's not too outside of the scope of what we're trying to do, you know. So there's a lot of things that is at play here, but the only way you're going to learn is to try it. Okay. There, look this white here, so and increase that density. So I've got 3 ways to control the color, the intensity of it as well. There. See that we haven't even done the bear. The eyes knows that this is a bear, and any details just gives it the impression that this is a furry creature. And that's good. Take that. Okay. And what have we got here? I think I need to get a brown here. Show that this is just a poppy, and then I take another. Have we got everything right? Yeah, I think so. It's not quite there, but you can see how easy that was to create that. It's actually okay. It's not, I could do a lot better. I'm going to work around, take the intensity up, and really work on that darkness around the eyes. There. There, take that there. And then put the nostrils here. And then it's got this right there. And then anywhere adding in this other color really can help to lift it up. Let's see what we have here. I think it's looking good. I think we can sort of safely say that this is complete. So I'm going to finish here. I hope I've shown you a few tactics here and a few things. It may be a bit challenging for you, but this is a freehand drawing of the bear in case you thought that I only drew in trace. Yeah, so remember this live stream is to teach you these techniques for you to try. You can watch, but really to get the maximum benefit is to really oops, that's too high. To maximize the benefit, you really have to, oh gosh, I can't even type. To really get the maximum benefit is you really need to practice. Get the same app, Google Play Store, load it onto your Android phone, and watch my videos, and away you go. You'll be surprised with how rapidly you can improve your drawing. Block coloring, you see how I came to this drawing through block coloring, and then I would have continued with you keeping the traced image there, but then the prototype that I was using had a bit of a fault, so, but no worries, I just loaded the actual drawing, and I did that for a number of drawings as well. Not number, but a few. You can see that I tried freehand, and if you look at the streams, that was done freehand as well, freehand style. So please join me again, and don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to bringing you another tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye now.